Thickies, welcome back to Thick Girls Guide, or welcome if you're new here, your official guide for all things fashion, lifestyle, and traveling. And in today's video, I've got a pretty important one for you for traveling. We are going to be diving into my travel first aid kit and what I recommend to bring. I think this is something that's very important when you're traveling, especially if you're traveling with like your entire family and kids and all of that fun stuff. These things are just so important to have and make your trip so much easier and better. So let's dive into the video. Before we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, join the Thick Girl gang, and give this video a thumbs up. Let's get into it. Right, so when you're traveling, even if you have everything planned to the T, there's still things that can happen, especially if you're in a high tourist area where there's a ton of people in the same area. Lord knows there's germs everywhere flying about, and really the likelihood of you getting sick can be pretty high. So I like to account for that when I'm traveling. So I'm going to show you a few different things. So I do have something that I do carry like medications in, vitamins in, as well as a first aid kit with all sorts of fun stuff. So we'll definitely be going over that as well. And what I bring when I'm traveling. Now, you will have to adapt this for you, your household, and your family. This is not including any obviously prescriptions or anything like that. But I will kind of talk about that and touch on that a little bit as well, and the best practices, especially if you're going abroad. So let's dive in. So I have picked up a couple new things for my trip in Italy that's coming up soon from TEMU, and I think a couple things from Amazon as well. So I'll show you those and link those below in case you're interested in them. So let's dive into the first thing. So I think it's really, really important to have basic over-the-counter medications with you for simple things such as, headaches, menstrual cramps, stomach issues, whether it be diarrhea or the other end of that where you're locked up, heartburn, stuff like that. Things that happen to the best of us, And so I have shown this before, but this is my little pill case that I got from Amazon. And then I think I ordered the labels off of TEMU, I want to say. And so I created my own little, kind of little pharmacy kit here. So the first thing I have in here, I've got some allergy medication for, Benadryl, for a couple of reasons. So the first is, if obviously you have allergies, there may be something there that you didn't know you were allergic to until you get there, and then you're having like itchy, runny, watery, all the business going on there. So that's the first thing. The second is in case you have obviously a mild allergic reaction to something you ate, or I don't know, something like that. These can help until you can get to like a hospital, if it gets that far. The second thing I have is Dramamine. Let me kind of bring it in a little closer there for you. So I've got Dramamine here. Obviously, one, if you're going on boats and whatnot, this is very important to help with motion sickness. I tend to not get motion sickness at all, but when I was in Cabo, that boat was a-rockin', and I did barf, okay? That has never happened to me. I've been on boats and jet skis and cruises and never, ever had a problem until Cabo. And then, so that one shocked me. So I added that to my kit after that trip. Also, if you get car sickness, so like, let's say you're, on some really windy roads and you just have that motion sickness problem, these can definitely help as well. So that's why I threw that into my kit. The next thing I have in the big compartment is Ricola, so the cough drops. So I have that in here, obviously to help with, throat and cough issues. if needed. Next one I have is Imodium AD, obviously anti-diarrheal medication. And then I also next to it have Pepto-Bismol tablets. So these are, I would say Imodium is, I think, more of a stronger kind of option. Pepto can also help with like heartburn, indigestion, stuff like that too. So it has multiple uses. And then the next one I have here is just basic Tylenol or acetaminophen, and then aspirin as well. So kind of just some pain relievers, whichever ones you prefer. This is compact enough to where it can slide into your little day pack. So you have it on you when you're out and about on your vacation. Again, if you have kids, you probably want to add in some, children's medicine, or maybe have their own for them or something like that too. But overall, these are pretty much I would say the main medications that I think that I would use or need on any trip. And then in addition to that, I like that one so much that I bought the big one. This is the size difference of them. Now this one I got because I prefer gummy vitamins, and this is going to have enough space for those gummy vitamins. Or this could be great if you're going to be on a really long trip and you need more medication, then this might be the option to go with. So in this one I was going to include, so I've got like vitamin C, I have zinc, I have magnesium, iron. What else do I have? I think a multivitamin. So I was going to kind of put those in these compartments. And then also just an easy, quick kind of heartburn relief. I was going to throw Tums in there as well, just to have that. Now, you may not need one this big if you don't have gummy vitamins. So this is just, wanted to show you they have another option that is kind of a bigger size. Okay, and then next is my little travel first aid kit. So I did get this off of TEMU recently. I had picked one up that was about half the size, and honestly, it was too small for me. Maybe because I'm such a planner and I am an overpacker, but I like to account for a lot of different things. So I like this one because you can kind of see the zipper's up here, and it gives you about an inch of space plus another about 3/4 of an inch. So almost 2 inches probably if you stuff this to the gills. So it does give you quite a bit of room. Again, if you've got like a whole family and kids and whatnot, you're going to need a bigger one. Probably about this size, but definitely not smaller is what I'm thinking. So I have all sorts of stuff in here, not just first aid. So I do have kind of some different things that maybe aren't found in a standard first aid kit in here as well. So let me go through my little bag first, because these are like kind of the odds and ends that don't fit securely in to the compartments here. Shove you back in there. And then we'll go through the rest of it. So what I have in here, again, is a bunch of loose items. And so first one, obviously, hello, tampons. Never know, sometimes she likes to sneak up on people. Mother Nature, thank you. You're so kind. But always be prepared. And also, if you're going with multiple people, you never know when someone else is going to need one. So I have a couple of those in here. I have a little carabiner hook in here in case you need to clip a water bottle to a backpack or something to that extent. Again, it doesn't take up much room. And then I also have these little kind of carabiner hooks as well. Now, these are great for kind of pickpocket prevention, to kind of hold zippers together, but also if you need to clip something, like let's say you're out shopping and you're buying a bunch of souvenirs and you don't want to carry them, you can clip it to like your crossbody bag or even your backpack or something like that to help kind of carry things. So there's a multitude of uses for things like this. So I've got 2 of those in there. I do have a lip balm or a chapstick. Can't be having those dry lips, people. Can't be having those dry lips. And then I've got a couple different things for teeth. So One is the little flosser here, which has a little pick on the end. You know, if you get something stuck in your teeth, you've got those ready. And then also my other little mini toothbrush. Again, never know when you're gonna need those. And then I've got some Q-tips in here. And last thing I have is some cough drops. Now, since I put some cough drops in here, I'll probably end up taking these out because you only need so many cough drops, okay? So that was a little bit of redundancy on my part. Okay, and then I just threw all this little stuff in a little Ziploc-y sandwich bag just to hold it all together and keep it wrangled. The next side, I'm going to go through this side first and show you what I've got in here. Okay, so the first thing that I had in here is, and I got these at the dollar store, so they are these really convenient little packets of Tylenol, 2 tablets, I believe, yeah, 2 tablets in each. Has all the directions on it, so that's why I threw those in this pack. Now, again, do you need it in here and there? Maybe not. But to me, honestly, not bad to have a couple of these in your little first aid kit in case you're using it for something else where you don't have your little over-the-counter pharmacy here. So this is a chewable Benadryl little tablet, so just a few of those in there. So these ones I just picked up like in the little packets and thought they were great for a first aid kit. So that's why I've got a couple duplicates of what's in that over-the-counter little box. Next thing I have are, these are emergency hydration packets, great for water, especially if you're traveling during a really hot season. So easy to get dehydrated. So I've got a couple of those in there as well. Next thing I have is a pad, and then I've also got a panty liner. Obviously, we already talked about Aunt Flo. She likes to come to town without announcements. So you never know when you're going to need that or somebody else might need that. The next thing I have is some moleskin. So this is obviously to prevent, like, if your shoes are rubbing and about to cause blisters and whatnot, this can definitely help. And then another version I've got is this kind of little kind of squishy tape. Now this is rolled up on itself, but you would just take a little bit off and then put it on to wherever your, shoes or whatnot is rubbing to prevent the friction and help you not get blisters. I also have some duct tape in here. So this is rolled up. Now this I decided to include because if you're doing, I remember when I went tubing down a river, someone's tube had gotten a hole in it and was deflating, and then we had to like MacGyver something together. So in that kind of scenario, like, duct tape is used for all sorts of different things. So patching, that kind of stuff, or if a backpack rips, it can, kind of get it back together and hold it temporarily. So a bunch of stuff you can do with this in general, not necessarily first aid, but I would say kind of more helping to fix things. The next couple things that I got for the kit is a pen with a little carabiner hook on it and an all-weather notebook. Picked these up from TEMU, so never know, like, if stuff starts going down, you need to write things down, or directions if you need help and your phone's not working. So just thought it was something good to have in a kit like this. Next up, kind of piggybacking on the hydrating packets, I also threw in some of these, the emergency drink mix, because again, if you start to feel like a cold coming on or something like that, chugging down a couple of these can really help to boost the vitamin C in your immune support and help fight off whatever it is coming. Hopefully you won't get as sick, and that these can help out. So I've got a couple of those in there. The next thing, I had seen this on someone's video, only one person, and it's something that no one ever thinks about, is tooth repair. This little kit is basically like, let's say you have a crown and it pops off when you're traveling and you still have it. Instead of trying to find like dental abroad or in some other state that you have no idea, you know, who's doing what or if they accept your insurance or all that fun stuff. This is a temporary fix. So it comes with like the little spatula, and this, all the directions are on the back, so that's why I left it in the package. But it will tell you, like if your filling pops out, how to kind of use this to temporarily fix it until you can get to a dentist, or if a crown pops off, how to use this to adhere it again, until you can get to a dentist. But I thought this was something interesting that, again, no one ever thinks about. And I got these on Amazon. It comes in a 4-pack, and I was like, that's kind of genius, to be honest. So I added that to my collection here. So the next kind of stuff that I have here is really about an assortment of bandages. So I've got kind of some larger Band-Aids here. We've got an array of different size Band-Aids, kind of just a few of each, just to have on hand. You never know when you're going to cut yourself or when you're going to need a Band-Aid. Someone else in your group hurts themselves, especially if you have kids. You know, they're always doing stuff where that requires Band-Aids. This one is a little bit of a larger one for kind of a more extreme cut. We've got some little packets of hand sanitizer. I have some alcohol prep pads here, and then these are some lens cleaners, so camera, glasses, etc. So a couple of those in there. The triple antibiotic ointment, aka Neosporin, if you want to go name brand. And the last couple items I have in my travel first aid kit are these little individual packets of hydrocortisone cream. So I've got a couple of those in there, and then a couple of these little first aid burn creams as well. So overall, these are available on Amazon in a little box. Comes with, I think, 25. Yeah, it comes with 25, both these and the hydrocortisone cream. So great to just have in your regular first aid kit. Also, again, I have some, like a first aid kit for my car and whatnot. So I'm going to add those to it. So I did just recently order those from Amazon, but really inexpensive, like I think $5 or $6 for each one. So not too bad. And I love the individually packed for, so you can have it in multiple, first aid kits. But overall, that is what's in my travel first aid kit. Again, fits nicely into this little pack. This can also go on, obviously, your day trips very easily. And in general, I am planning to travel. So I just got the cutest little bag from TEMU. Let me show you guys real quick. For just medications, but also the travel first aid kit can fit in here. But says meds. So cute, from TEMU. So I'll link this down below. But what I am planning to do, so it's all in one little pack here, is I'm going to put the travel first aid kit in there, any kind of prescriptions, and then I'm going to put the little pharmacy, my little vitamins in there. And then, of course, again, you can fit any kind of prescription medications you have in here. So it's all in one little pack when I'm traveling. And then I can disperse, what I need where when I get to my destination. The other thing that I found on TEMU that's, totally separate from this, that I just thought these were fantastic little containers, is this little plastic container here. Perfect size for Band-Aids. So if you're like a mom and you need Band-Aids all the time, this is so great to be able to hold them. You just chuck it in your purse and it just opens up. Like, these things are amazing for organization. It comes in, I think it was a 2-pack. Yeah, I think a 2-pack. And then the other one, so I am like a Q-tip fanatic, okay? Like, my ears are very clean, people, and I know you're not supposed to use these in your ears and blah blah blah, but I do. And then I also use it when I do my makeup and just to like clean up areas and whatnot. So I go through a lot of Q-tips, and I have a little Q-tip container, but for my 2-week trip that's coming up, I don't think it's going to be enough. So I just threw extra Q-tips in this little thing, and it works out great. So if you don't already have a little Q-tip container that it comes with, and I think in the travel section, these are fantastic, and it fits them perfectly, and it fits a really good amount in there. So loving these little containers for just travel in general. So overall, I think I have a pretty cohesive travel first aid kit. Comment down below if there's anything that you particularly have in yours that I am missing, because I will add it, okay? I will add it. Again, you don't have to go this far with it if you don't want to. Again, I am very much like the prepper mindset of like, I need to account for as many situations as I possibly can and have things on hand. So that's just who I am, okay? Overthinker extraordinaire. Nonetheless, I feel more comfortable having this kind of stuff with me rather than having to go try and track it down at a store later, if and when we ever need it. And also, you can help other people out as well if needed. So I think it is such an important thing to have when traveling. Even if you have, you know, half of what I am bringing in a little kit, you need something. Again, especially if you're going with a group and or children. So just something to think about that is not really talked about a lot in travel in general. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button, join the Thick Girl gang, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.